Hello, it's week 9 of pregnancy. You're probably wondering what to expect, including changes with you and baby development this week. Now, if you took an early pregnancy test, then it's already been 5 weeks since you've known about your pregnancy. And if you're wondering, 9 weeks pregnant is how many months? The answer is you are in the first week of your 3rd month of pregnancy, which means it's time to update our number line. In this video, we're going to be talking about baby development at 9 weeks along, what symptoms and body changes you might be experiencing, and how to manage these. We're also going to talk about things to think about and do this week, and we're going to check in with our expecting crew. This week, we actually are meeting another expecting mama who is also 9 weeks pregnant this week. Welcome to the Birth Toolbox Classroom. I'm Alice, a doula and childbirth educator, going week by week through pregnancy with you. Sounds like it's time for class. What's happening with the baby's development this week? At 9 weeks of pregnancy, the embryo is now considered a fetus and is about the size of a grape, or measuring 0.9 to 1.2 inches, or 22 to 30 millimeters in length. The embryo continues to grow at a rapid pace. The brain and spinal cord are developing in complexity, and the neurons and connections between the nerve cells are strengthening. And by the 9th week of pregnancy, the heart, lungs, liver, and kidneys are all well formed and functioning. The baby is in an amniotic sac and protected by that sac and by the amniotic fluid. The placenta continues its growth and functioning, but it's not yet fully formed. The baby has a large head at this point and doesn't have much of a chin right now. So you're probably wondering what symptoms you should expect at 9 weeks pregnant. I just grabbed our symptom checklist and let's take a look. Now, the symptom checklist, it's very similar to week 8 and it's quite extensive. Common symptoms include fatigue, mood swings, heightened sense of taste and smell, frequent urination, bloating and constipation, dizziness or lightheadedness, and an increase in vaginal discharge. For many people, week 9 is when nausea and vomiting or morning sickness is really at its worst. So hang in there. As we talk about symptoms and body changes, the most important thing to know is there's a wide range of symptoms. You might be experiencing all the possible pregnancy symptoms or none of the pregnancy symptoms or somewhere in between, and that's totally okay. But if you ever have any concerns about a symptom or body change that's happening, don't hesitate to contact your care provider, which could be your general practitioner or your OBGYN or midwife. Now, changes you might notice with your body in the 9th week of pregnancy, they're very similar to 7th and 8th week of pregnancy, where you're noticing your nipples and areola are becoming darker. This can be quite surprising, but it does not last for your whole life. It only usually lasts through the end of breastfeeding. So drop me a comment and let me know what you're feeling this week. Now, I mentioned earlier that we were going to be meeting a new member of our expecting crew this week. So let's go ahead and check in and see how both of these mamas are doing at week 9 of pregnancy.
I'm 9 weeks pregnant, and this week I've been very tired. I've been taking these 2-hour-long naps each day. But other than that, I've been doing pretty good. I haven't had any morning sickness or anything weird like that. But I have been kind of craving more bland foods. I don't want anything with a lot of meat or oil in it. Just kind of a lot of bread and cereal. And I'm kind of just getting over a cold, which I kind of got a little worse, I think, than other people in my family, probably because my immune system's been down a bit. I've been really trying to drink a ton of water because with my last pregnancy, I had a bunch of UTIs that started up around now. So I really want to not get that this time around. Yeah, but this week I've been thinking a lot about what midwife I'm going to choose. And it was a little bit of a hard choice because I'm in a more rural area and there aren't very many options. And a lot of midwives don't take insurance. And I do have insurance, fortunately, so I was trying to look for one that did. But I think I finally did find one. It's going to be an hour for me to drive to my appointments. But I think it'll be worth it. I got my first appointment next week, so I'm really excited.
I am 9 weeks pregnant, and this week I'm feeling happy that it's kind of spring outside, which is nice. It was snowing last week here in Canada, but now it's getting to be pretty warm, which is nice. So getting out for a lot more walks and everything and fresh air, which is good because I thought my nausea was gone, but it's not, so that's great. I had an appointment this week where I got to go over the results of my initial lab work, my blood tests and everything. It went well, but there were a few concerning results that I need to get additional testing for. All of them are things that I had in my first pregnancy, so they're not super surprising, but a little frustrating to have extra things to kind of be keeping an eye on and doing testing for, and nothing terribly concerning, but any extra concern is a little annoying. So hopefully all of the extra tests from that come back fine, and I have some more ultrasounds coming up, which should be exciting, so get to see the little bean again, and that's it for this week.
How are you feeling about your provider? You might be in the stage like our newest expecting mama, and you might be needing to choose a provider. So let's put on the think side, choose a provider. This is something that I want to make an entire video about, because this is a decision that can really impact your birth experience. And even if you love your current doctor, I recommend that you take some time and really think about if it's going to be a good fit for you. So along with provider, you should also consider your birthing location. If you haven't had your first prenatal appointment yet, or you don't know if you really like your provider, you can always move this item a few weeks out. So if you're using your journal, then just flip ahead a few weeks and add it there. On the do side, it's time for a hydration check. Now, during week 6, I put hydration on the think side of the board, and I encourage you to set up a system of managing your hydration. So now we're really deep into the first trimester, and nauseas might be going really strong. How is your hydration going? Now, if it's not where it should be, then keep this on your list, because dehydration can lead to some pregnancy complications, and I really don't want that for you. Thank you to our first trimester sponsor, 3 Lollies. I am thrilled to announce our first trimester sponsor, 3 Lollies. Now, if you aren't familiar with the 3 Lollies brand, you might recognize their most popular product, Preggie Pop Drops. The first trimester is a great time to have these on hand. Now, I remember when I was pregnant for the first time, and I didn't know when that nausea was going to hit. And it's called morning sickness, but unfortunately, it's not something that you only experience in the morning. Now, Preggie Pop Drops are a natural solution to this challenge. The Preggie Pop Drops come in 4 yummy flavors. They're all natural, they're drug-free. There's sour raspberry, green apple, sour lemon, and sour tangerine. I love that you can grab a package of 21 for just $5 on Amazon. Now, this is an affordable way to be prepared for the symptoms that you might face in the first trimester. So with 21, that means you can have these close by when you feel that wave of nausea hit. I would probably put 7 of them in my purse, 7 in the car, and 7 at my desk. Now, this brand has staying power. At the time of this video, they have over 20,000 Amazon reviews. So thank you, 3 Lollies, for helping us in the first trimester, and thank you for supporting childbirth education right here on YouTube. Homework this week is to really focus on hydration. And make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I will be here every week of pregnancy, and I look forward to meeting you right back here for week number 10.